Anybody needs my wool coat?
No, you can keep that. You fit it in. Thank you, though.
I am portraying a soldier of the Revolutionary War of the Continental Line. This is the uniform that when General Washington went to take command of the Continental Army in Massachusetts, he wanted the Virginia troops, he wanted them to dress like this. Dark blue wool coat with red facings, white small clothes, military hat, cocked hat. The white trim designates military. However, the Continental Congress was kind of tight with their money, and so most of the Continental troops, especially in the first part of the war, wore a hunting shirt like the gentleman there with the musket. So anyway, what I have here is what we call today, everybody refers to it as the English brown vest. In 1776, the British referred to it as the second land model. It's a smooth bore musket, 75 caliber. The range, effective range of the musket is about 50 yards. And then, if you hit anybody, you're a pretty good marksman. After about 50 yards or so, it's anybody's guess where the ball's going to go. That is because it's a smooth bore, just like a shotgun. And when the ball comes out from the breech, it just kind of comes, banging against the side of the walls. When it comes out the muzzle, wherever it hit the muzzle last, that's where it's going to go in the opposite direction. So the casualties were not too great in the Revolutionary War because of that. Now the main tactics were for, let's say you have the British over there and they're all stretched out in one straight line, shoulder to shoulder, and the Americans, the Continental Line's over here, shoulder to shoulder, and we start firing at one another. Get the commands to fire, then we advance. We reload, we fire, we advance. When we get down to about 50 yards or so, the British gets the command to fix bayonet. Now the British were trained extensively to fight with the bayonet. That's what they preferred to do. So after they got to about 50 yards, after the Continental Line fires, they cannot reload fast enough to get another shot off before the British is on them with the bayonet. Charge bayonet. Now when you got 1,000 soldiers coming across the field at you with this thing on the end of it, you have a tendency to think about turning around and running. And that's exactly what most of the Revolutionary War soldiers did in the beginning of the war. But by the winter of 1777-78, there was a gentleman by the name of von Steuben who came to Valley Forge seeking his fortune and wanted to join Washington's army. Washington gave him the duties of instructing the Continental Line on tactics, and he did so very well, and also with the bayonet. So after that, the Continental Line began to win battles. Trenton and Princeton, Monmouth, they had, due to the training of von Steuben, they were able to go head to toe with the British, even with the bayonet. I'm not going to do a bayonet charge today. He gets an order to prime and load. Paper cartridge, pull it out. Now if this were a live cartridge, it'd have a lead ball in the bottom of it. Tear the top off, expose the powder. Prime the pan. Cast about. Put all the powder down the barrel. And if there was a ball there, I'd push paper and ball both down in the barrel. Then I would draw the ramrod, push it all the way down to the breech and tap it down good and tight. Now, we're ready to go. Let's hope it goes off. Next command would make ready. Take aim. Fire! Go back to the priming condition and do the same thing all over with. British troops were trained to fire at least load and fire at least 3 times a minute. That's your basic training. Any questions?